Welcome, dear traveller, to Driftwood Stories, where the night folds gently around your dreams and ancient winds stir the songs of forgotten times. Tonight we drift back, far beyond the edges of memory, to a time when there was no sun, no moon, no earth, no sea, only a vast, endless whisper, a silence so soft it cradled the very first hopes of the world. It is said that before all things there was only chaos, not a storm nor a war, but a deep, misty emptiness, a space waiting to be filled with wonder. And from that stillness, from that patient breath of the cosmos, were born the first great beings, Gaia, the earth, strong and steady, Uranus, the endless sky, vast and glimmering, and Nyx, the quiet night, soft and silver. Together, in the hush of the beginning, they wove the first dreams, of rivers winding through valleys, of stars blinking awake in velvet skies, of winds sighing over sleeping hills. So close your eyes now, gentle dreamer. Let us wander into that ancient night and listen to the soft heartbeat of the world being born. Chapter 1. In the time before time, when neither sun nor moon had ever touched the sky, there was only stillness. Not the stillness of an empty room or a waiting field, but a stillness deeper than oceans, softer than clouds, and older than dreaming itself. There was no light to chase the darkness, no darkness to deepen the quiet. No mountains, no seas, no trees, no rivers, only an endless breath, slow and silent, spreading out forever. The ancient ones called this stillness chaos. But it was not chaos as we know it, not wild or angry or loud. It was a wide, misty quiet, a place where nothing yet was, but everything could be. Imagine it now, if you can. Floating weightless in a gentle grey mist, where time has no meaning, and every direction feels as soft as a lullaby. There is no hurry here, no need for anything but drifting and dreaming. And in that vast quiet, something began to stir, not with a shout, not with a bang, but with the softest of sighs, like the very first heartbeat. It was from this deep, endless quiet that the first wonders of the world would rise. But not all at once, and not in a rush. For the world was born the way dreams are born, one slow, shimmering breath at a time. And so, with patient heart, we drift closer now, to watch the first ripple in the mist, and to listen to the quiet beginning of all beginnings. Chapter 2. In the endless softness of chaos, there was no boundary, no place to stand, no star to guide the way. It was not cold, nor warm. It was not dark, nor light. It simply was an ocean of possibility, sleeping beneath a sky that had not yet opened its eyes. Time had no footsteps here. A moment could last 1,000 years, and 1,000 years could pass in a single breath. Chaos drifted gently through itself, carrying no sorrow, no joy, only a quiet waiting. A waiting so vast and patient that even the stars, when they came, would learn from it. But even in this deepest stillness, the seeds of longing stirred. Not a loud longing, no, a soft one, like the first ripple on a silent lake at dawn. From that silent longing, the very first beings came into being, not as sudden arrivals, but as natural as flowers blooming unseen in a forgotten meadow. First came Gaia, the earth, her presence a slow, steady hum through the mist, a promise of something solid beneath drifting dreams. She was strong but gentle, ancient but nurturing. She did not shout her arrival, she simply was. The first foundation, the first place to rest weary feet. Then, in answer to Gaia's steady song, came Uranus, the sky, wide and open, vast and shimmering with unseen light. He wrapped the mist in a great, soft embrace, stretching farther than any eye could see, a shelter for the world that had not yet been born, and from the deepest folds of chaos, hidden among the softest shadows, came Nyx, the night, a soft velvet hush that drifted around Gaia and Uranus, weaving dreams and secrets into the air. The world had not yet taken shape. There were no mountains, no forests, no rivers flowing to the sea, only these three ancient presences, earth to cradle, sky to cover, night to soothe, and still chaos whispered around them, smiling the way only a sleeping dream can smile, knowing that the first notes of creation had only just begun to stir. Chapter 3. In the deep, misty cradle of chaos, a gentle stirring began. Not sudden, not loud, but steady, sure, and timeless. From the endless drifting quiet, a shape began to form. A presence, firm yet kind, ancient yet new. It rose not like a wave crashing upon the shore, but like the soft blooming of a flower in the dark, or the first warmth of spring brushing the frozen earth. It was Gaia, the earth, the first home, the first mother, the first steady heart of the world, where once there had been only drifting mist, now there was ground. Rich and deep and humming with the slow, secret song of stone, Gaia unfurled herself in silence, stretching out vast and wide beneath the empty heavens. She was valleys waiting for rivers, hills dreaming of forests, caves longing to hold sleeping creatures, and cliffs leaning into winds yet unborn. Her breath was the soft sigh of soil settling into place. Her heartbeat the slow, rolling thrum of mountains forming beneath her skin. No footsteps marked her arrival, for there were no feet yet to tread upon her. No voices hailed her, for no mouths had yet learned to speak. Yet still she smiled, a deep, ancient smile. And in that smile was the first promise of life. Gaia lay quietly beneath the swirling mists, waiting with endless patience for the dreams yet to come. Dreams of rivers to dance across her belly, dreams of forests to whisper her name, dreams of creatures, small and great, to find shelter in her arms. And even as she slept beneath the slow-turning breath of chaos, the world began to lean, ever so gently, toward becoming. Chapter 4. Above the sleeping curve of Gaia's endless body, the mist of chaos still drifted, soft, grey and waiting. For a long time, a time so long that even stars could have been born and faded again. Gaia lay beneath that mist, dreaming, and then, from the whispering folds of chaos, another stirring began, lighter than a sigh, brighter than the hush of a falling feather. Something vast and open awoke, a presence so wide, so endless, it could not be touched or measured, It stretched above Gaia with tenderness, with wonder, with a longing to protect and to soar. This was Uranus, the sky, the great arching vault above the world, soft as silver mist, strong as the first breath of dawn. He rose like a veil of shimmering blue and gold, sweeping outward, upward, beyond sight and beyond dreaming, a living shelter cast across the waiting earth. Uranus looked down upon Gaia and felt a strange, quiet joy. For he had been born not to drift alone in the mist, but to dance forever with her, to stretch lovingly over her hills and valleys, to sing to her rivers and cradle her forests in the crook of his endless arms. Gaia, feeling the soft brush of sky above her, smiled a deep and secret smile. She whispered her welcome in the language of stone and root. And though Uranus had no ears as we know them, he heard her greeting in every fold of his endless being. And so the first love in all the world was not a fiery shout, but a quiet meeting, earth cradling sky, sky sheltering earth, each completing the other in silence. Beneath their gentle embrace, the first dreams of creation grew heavier, waiting for the moment when they too would awaken and unfurl. But the world was not yet finished. No stars blinked in the sky, no waves kissed the shore, no night had yet folded its velvet cloak across the heavens. Something else was stirring still. Something dark, something soft, something wrapped in mystery, and soon from the deep folds of chaos, Nyx, the night, would be born. Chapter 5. From the folds of chaos, where even the faintest stirrings had yet to be fully born, there came a deeper breath, a sigh so quiet that even Gaia and Uranus paused to listen. It was not heavy or fearful, but soft and cool, like the shadow of a cloud passing over a sleeping hill. And from that tender breath there unfolded a presence both ancient and new, a shimmer of darkness, woven not from fear, but from wonder. Her name was Nyx. And she was the night. She did not roar like the winds, nor blaze like the stars yet to come. She came wrapped in velvet silence, trailing dreams in her wake. A soft hush spreading across the wide arms of Uranus and the slow, patient form of Gaia. Nyx was the keeper of secrets, the painter of twilight across the unmarked skies, the first singer of lullabies whispered to unborn stars. Where she moved, the world did not tremble, it hushed. It leaned in closer, cradled by her gentle touch. Gaia welcomed her with open arms, feeling her coolness settle sweetly over stone and soil. Uranus bowed his endless sky to her, wearing her veil like a crown of deepest blue. And Nyx, ancient and tender, wrapped her long silver-shadowed arms around them both, rocking the newborn world in her soft embrace. In the silence of her coming, new dreams stirred. The first glimmers of starlight, the first silver rivers waiting to find their song, the first seeds of hope hidden beneath the earth's sleeping skin. Under Nyx's patient watch, the world rested. No need yet for dawn or dusk, no need yet for days or years, only a soft, endless night, where every breath was a promise, and every promise a seed waiting to awaken. And so the earth, the sky, and the night lay together, cradled within the vast arms of chaos, as the first songs of creation waited. Trembling on the edge of silence, Chapter 6. In the soft cradle of Gaia's earth, beneath the endless arms of Uranus, wrapped in the velvet hush of Nyx. The world slept, but not without dreams, and from those dreams the first songs began to rise, not sung with voices, but breathed into being by the longing of the earth, the sky, and the night together. It began as a whisper, a trembling murmur deep in the soil, a shimmer along the vast arms of Uranus, a silver sigh hidden within the folds of Nyx's endless cloak. The first river was born from Gaia's dreams, a slender thread of laughter weaving its way across the sleeping hills. It sang to itself as it wandered. A song of flowing, a song of finding, a song of endless journeys. And in answer, Uranus scattered the first stars across the wide canvas of the sky, each one a tiny, trembling note of light. A bright sigh that pierced the soft darkness of Nyx with wonder, like 1,000 soft candles winking in a midnight hall. The winds awoke next, playful and wild, rushing over Gaia's hills, stirring the first grasses into slow dances. They carried the scent of stone and mist and the wild, singing rivers, twisting high into Uranus's endless vault, then spiralling down again in lazy, laughing loops. And all the while, Nyx watched with gentle, gleaming eyes, rocking the growing world in her arms, weaving dreams among the newborn stars, and singing lullabies no ear yet existed to hear. These were the first songs of the world, the song of the river wandering, the song of the stars blinking awake, the song of the winds chasing their own laughter, and the song of the night cradling it all in tender silence. There were no mortals yet to listen, no hearts yet to ache or rejoice. Only the earth, the sky, and the night, singing softly to one another, building a world not with stone or fire, but with dreams, and somewhere far beyond sight. Chaos smiled once more, for the song had begun, and it would never truly end. Chapter 7. The world, once a cradle of mist and silence, began at last to stir in earnest. Not with shouts or sudden flames, but with the slow, sweet stretching of a sleeper after a long and perfect dream, beneath the gentle gaze of Nyx, under the endless reach of Uranus. And upon the steady chest of Gaia, the first shapes began to bloom. The rivers deepened their courses, cutting slender, gleaming paths through the folds of the earth. They sang as they went, a high, playful music, twisting and turning, leaping over rocks yet unborn, cradling the first reflections of newborn stars. Forests dreamed themselves into being, not in a flash, but in a slow, whispering rise. Tiny seeds, cradled in Gaia's sleeping hands, shivered softly and reached upward, greeting the silent sky with shy green fingers. Mountains, too, woke from slumber, lifting their craggy shoulders through the mists, not jagged and sharp at first, but rounded and soft, like old giants slowly rousing to stretch beneath the young heavens. The winds, growing braver, raced along the hills, tugging at the rivers, weaving among the forests, sending ripples of silver laughter across the fields. And still, Nyx folded her night around it all, weaving dreams into the roots of the trees, whispers into the curling mists, secrets into the hidden stones. The earth was alive, but in a way too soft, too slow, too sacred for mortals yet to know. It was a world of breathing forests, singing rivers, dancing winds, and stars that winked and hummed to themselves as they sailed the endless reaches of Uranus's sky. No foot had yet pressed upon the mossy hills. No voice had yet broken the tender hush. The world was a secret held between Gaia, Uranus, and Nyx, wrapped in the velvet arms of dreaming, and somewhere beyond the mist, chaos drifted onward, smiling, knowing that the dream was becoming real, breath by breath, leaf by leaf, star by star. Chapter 8. Night drifted softly across the newborn world, a velvet river flowing from horizon to horizon. The stars, scattered like gentle seeds across Uranus's vast sky, blinked and shimmered in their slow, secret dance. The rivers sang low and sweet to the sleeping hills. The forests sighed and swayed, dreaming their leafy dreams, and the winds curled lazily among the valleys, humming songs without words, carrying promises not yet spoken. Gaia rested deeply beneath it all, her heart a slow, steady drumbeat that pulsed through stone and soil. She cradled the mountains in her arms, rocked the rivers in their beds, and smiled up at Uranus, whose endless sky was alight with the first trembling dreams of forever. Uranus arched over her, endless and serene, watching, listening, holding every breath of the world in his great starry embrace. He wore Nyx's dark cloak like a king's robe, woven with starlight and silence, and Nyx herself, the gentle weaver of night, rocked the entire world as a mother rocks a sleeping child. Singing lullabies woven from mist and silver, songs older than memory, softer than sleep. The world was not yet busy with life. There were no footsteps echoing across the hills, no cities rising into the sky, no cries of joy, no tears of sorrow, only breathing, only dreaming, only the slow, perfect unfolding of a world wrapped in wonder. Above it all, the ancient stars blinked slowly, whispering secrets into the soft, listening night, secrets of rivers that would someday laugh louder, of forests that would someday teem with life, of hearts that would someday love and grieve and hope beneath their shining gaze. But for now, only peace, only the hush of dreaming, only the first endless night of a world still wrapped in possibility. And so, dear traveller, as you close your eyes beneath your own faraway stars, know that somewhere, deep in the heart of all things, the first song still plays, the first rivers still sing, and the first dreams still bloom, forever cradled by the earth, the sky, and the gentle night. Sleep well, dreamer, the world is still singing for you.